What's up, guys? Welcome to Tay and Mia's Christian Talk for the day.
For the real ones.
Yes, because we both been kind of going through it. You know, we both realized today, well, we didn't just realize today, but we had to face the fact that we, regardless of if we're together or if we're hanging out, and even if we're both Christians and believe in God, that we were lonely, you know, and it's leading us to a place that wasn't good mentally.
Or spiritually.
Yeah, because it's a hard
We struggle.
topic to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're just gonna finish our talk, our TED Talk. That's what they call it.
Yeah, girl.
What does that even stand for, TED Talk?
I don't know. It's just, I think it's named after somebody, maybe.
Okay.
TED Talk?
Yeah, so we're
The
just
first dude that that talked.
All right, so we're just gonna finish our conversation because we was already in the midst of our conversation.
Y'all missed all the good parts.
Sorry, we just realized to record this because we was spitting out some
Pretty
truth.
funny.
She was spitting out some good stuff, bro.
We was weak.
Preacher in the making.
No.
But so she was basically telling me how she didn't have any. You want to say it? How you didn't have anything around you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she could say it.
So, like, basically, sometimes, like, use an example. Say you're a Christian and you live in a household or you are surrounded with your family, but your family doesn't share the same beliefs. So,
Yeah.
So, say that you're the only one in the family that has that faith and that fire and that hunger for God, but no one else around you does. And so, with being a Christian, the hardest part is when you're not surrounded by the things of the Spirit, you can feel very drained and very hungry.
And your flesh can your fleshly wants and stuff can overpower your spiritual wants, your spirit needs, at least if you're not feeding your spirit.
Because if you're not, it's not easy to always have that desire on your own if you're not surrounded by the source.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. That's so hard.
And so, like, using the analogy, like, if you live in a household that doesn't share the same beliefs,
or at least as firm in them as you're trying to be.
Yeah, or not pursuing them as deeply as you're trying to pursue them. If you're the only one pursuing them in that type of way, then
it's hard.
It's hard because what your environment and what you're surrounded by.
Oh, you seen that?
Yeah. What you're surrounded by is not of what your heart is wanting. And so your heart,
and it's so easy.
Your heart's wanting something, your heart's yearning for something, but it's not around you at all. And so say the only source you have is your Bible, is the Word of God, is church, because that's the only source that you have in your life, because everything else around you is not of that. Yeah. And should I share my personal?
Yeah.
Okay, so like the thing is, I feel a calling to go to Korea. I feel a calling for Korean people and for helping them and ministering to them and just loving them. And so, being that we live in America and not Korea, and on top of that, South Louisiana, there's literally no one around me that is of those dreams that I have.
Yeah, like share the same thing.
Yeah, there's no one that shares the same type of dreams or passions about it. And there's, I guess, no one around here that I can minister to that.
Yeah,
to prepare me for my future. It's all kind of just
and build up for her and reassure her, because we need that reassurance.
Yeah,
humans need reassurance. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And that's I don't have that around here. I just basically have this desire and this calling from God on my heart, with no source to let that. Yeah, there's no source for me to let that desire and that calling build. There's nothing for me to build on except through, say, my phone.
Heart's desire.
Yeah, like the only source I have is like my phone, watching videos of like Korean culture, videos of Korean music artists, Korean actors.
She became a little bit obsessed a little bit. All the time. And tell them how that has affected you though. Like, you always watch that on your phone.
Yeah, and so the thing is, like, it's not bad to want to pursue your calling that God's given you, and it's not bad to tap into that source and tap into that dream and calling on your life. But when it gets to the point where you're like me and you're choosing the dream that God's given you over the source of the dream, which is God, then you start to kind of do the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. Like, you're doing the opposite of what you've received.
Should be doing,
actually. You're receiving a calling to
So
glorify God.
You
but
should seek Him more.
Yeah, you should seek Him more because you have that calling and because you have that dream. But instead of seeking God, you're seeking the dream.
Ooh.
And so,
ooh, that's so good.
And so that's where the hard fine line comes in between having a calling and pursuing that and pursuing God, because your calling and your dreams come from God. What's on your heart comes from Him. He's given you that, and He's blessed you with that because He knows what your desires, your heart is. So He's gonna bless you with a dream aligning to His kingdom that is along the path of what you like.
Oh, yes, because He said He already had, in Psalms, I forgot what Psalms it is, I'm sorry, y'all, but He says He has numerous plans for our life, and He has numerous plans for you and for me and for everyone, every single individual. And then He says, before you were born, I set you apart. Like, He already knew, this desire and this passion I'm going to place inside of her because I want her or him to do this for me. I need this person so to connect to these people because she's not going to be able to do it like she can do it or like he can do it, and that's just so good. And I relate with her on that subject, as in falling more into the dream rather than the calling and the source, because for me what had happened was I dream my calling is to go into ministry. I'm not really certain on what God's gonna do, but I do know that it's within ministry, and for me to speak. And so I've seen a lot of stuff about women pastors and all this stuff, so that was really hard for me because I was like, God, if it's not of you, I don't want it, and I was really scared. I was like, because God, I have this passion and this burning in my heart for you that it won't go away. And so I was nervous, and so I started seeking men's approval, though, like man's approval, like not just like men physically, but like women, men. I started asking people what they thought. I was like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Like, how do you see this and stuff? But I didn't even go to God about what I felt, from His word. I didn't go to the source that I needed to go to. And so then one morning I went to the source. I was like, God, you know what you told me. You know what you want me to do. But you know what I'm going through. You know what I'm questioning. You know how I feel in this moment. You know that I'm doubting it. God, and that's not of you. It's not of you. So show me. Show me what you want me to do. And just that morning, He showed me. So just like go to the source. Go to the source. Stop pushing it to the side. And that's what we do, because we're still like, we want to be in the present. Like, God is almighty. He is omega. He is the alpha. Everything. God is above all else. But we can't physically see Him and have that physically here, so I feel like we tend to lean more to the physical, like, well, go to this, go to that, look at this here physically, because I can't see it. But that's where faith comes in. It says walk by faith and not sight. Walk by what you know and not what you feel. And I feel like that's so important and so key, because we do that. I know I do that. When I get these feelings, I tend to walk by my feelings and what I feel rather than what I know. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that, sis.
And the thing is, too, like how we said, like, we have all these dreams, but they have nowhere to go right now. And then the fact
you're
is,
in the
like,
preparation.
Exactly. And it's like, that's what I was praying for in church, like, because I realized the fact that, like, I'm not trusting God right now. Like, I know He's given me these dreams and these callings, that's from Him, that's a blessing. But, like, I'm not trusting Him to actually make it happen. I'm just like, I'm doubting, is this going to happen? I try to, you try to put the situation in your hands, like, instead of God's hands.
You try to work it around, but only God can work it.
Exactly, because you start to get worried and you start to get impatient. You get impatient and you start to worry, and so you take something that God's given you and you take it from His hands and you put it into your own, because you get impatient and you get worried, and so then you start to try and fix it. But then it doesn't work and it gets worse, and then you start to doubt, well, maybe this isn't from God. Maybe I'm not meant to do this or go here.
Oh, that's how I was feeling. Just last night.
Exactly, but it's because you've taken it from God's control and you tried to put it in your control. Because
and you went based off of your ideas and off of your perspectives and how you see it. But baby, we only see it one way, and God sees it
from above.
We
only seeing what's in front of us, but He's seeing all around us. And
Period.
So He's seeing the whole situation. We're only right
and
here.
And we're basing everything off of this.
Yeah.
Off of this.
Just right here. But
you're basing your life off of this.
And while we're focused
I'm doing it too,
on
though.
yeah, exactly. And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because this is what we're literally just having.
And we're going through it, and it's just so
It's
freaking
a struggle.
hard.
Like we just were crying, but then we were laughing, then we were crying.
Then we
you
was
know?
dancing.
Then
Then
we-
we
it
was
was
mad. Then
Then we was just aggravated.
I'm overwhelmed. I want to go in my bed.
I want to go lay down and cry and sleep because I'm depressed.
But that, and then sometimes you just like get over yourself. That's what we're doing.
That's what we're trying, and we're doing it. Yes, that was a good high five.
That was. Oh, girl, we on the camera don't know how to act.
And then, yeah.
That's really it for us.
Yeah, because it's like, well, yeah.
Lord.
I just got a thought.
I know, I heard you. I'm like, that's it for us. So
And then, because it's like, we only see the dream, but like, even when we're focused on what's going on right now, God's already mapping out the process that it's going to be going on. Like, He's mapping out this process. He's mapping out this path that we're going to be taking to reach that desire, to reach that calling.
Exactly.
But we're only seeing the here and now. Like, here and now, we're just kids that are in our last year of high school. I have a dream to go. I have a dream to go to another country, but I'm stuck in, like
America.
over here, America. And
I'm stuck in America. Get me out of America. I don't want to be here no more.
Oh my gosh! But like we're just seeing here, like we're just 18-year-olds.
Y'all, she don't have a problem with America. Don't think that she has a problem with America. She loves it. She just want to be in Korea
more.
She just want to be there, even though she hasn't been there yet. That's where she wants to be. It's just gonna be better for her.
Yeah.
What if you get there? Send me back to America, Line. God, you must have not told me this. It must have just been me.
I'll listen to you more. I promise. I'm sorry.
That'd be scary.
That's what I'm saying. See, but that's the doubt.
Yeah,
That's the doubt. Trying to creep in and say, "Oh, this wasn't from God." It wasn't
That's what we were saying though. God puts a lot of things on our hearts, but not everything that's on your heart is from God.
Yeah.
Like, cause sometimes I want to do things that I probably shouldn't do. It's on my heart, but it's not from God.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that spirit of discernment to say, okay, is this from God, or is this just because I want it? Is this just because I'm seeing it this way and this is what I want to do for my life? Am I really letting God show me what He wants me to do and the purpose that He has for me, or am I just focused on what I want to do because I want it?
Yeah.
So you really got to make sure that that's key. And I'm not saying that's not from God, because I strongly believe that's from God. It's of
And
God.
it's like and it's hard because we want affirmations, we want
Yeah,
reassurance, and we
I
do
do
get
that
them.
all
Like
the
we
time.
get them, but it's like sometimes it's small. So like
Yeah.
you really have to have your eye out
key it out.
key it out to make sure that you realize, hey, that may have been small, but that was a hint. Like,
Another thing
like
from
things
God.
have happened in both of our lives that have kind of been like a reassurance from God, like saying, hey, like don't
This
worry.
is why I have you here.
Exactly, like like when I was coming from Hawaii and I met
Oh,
that
yeah, the
Korean
Korean
couple,
people?
and they
Yes,
talked about
she met
and
Korean people.
literally like I had been dreaming, like having these like thoughts and these like type of dreams and aspirations for a long time, and then when I was on my way home from vacation, I literally met like a Korean Christian couple that like are literally from Korea, and they actually like are serving in a church. Like her husband, it was a husband and wife, and the husband was a pastor at a church in Hawaii, and they were both Korean. And it's like that was such like a slap in the face from God, like, bruh, why are you tripping? But then I didn't get their names or their numbers or any contact information.
Hey, if you seen her at the airport,
if you see me at the airport and ate Chinese food with me and sat with me,
she wants your info.
and then the funny thing is, oh no, you're good. Because the thing is, like, what the story, I'm going to just say a brief synopsis. I was in line getting Chinese food, and there's a Korean couple behind me, and I heard them speaking Korean. And so I was like, I turned around. This is God. Because, like, I normally don't talk to people. Like, I'm more timid when I first meet somebody. Like, once I get comfortable, like, I don't care. But when I first meet somebody, I'm not good at talking. But for some reason, I was just like, I turned around and I was like, hi, are you guys Korean? I heard you guys talking, and I really like Korean people. And so, like, I heard it, and I was just curious. And then we started having, like, a casual conversation in line getting Chinese food. And so then, we talked for a bit. That was just life-changing in that short, brief moment.
Yeah.
But then God went an extra step farther.
Wow.
And once I
freaking God.
all
Freaking
the time.
God.
Gotta do it all the time. And so,
Won't he do it?
he said he would. Fight your battles for you.
They gon' wonder how you sleep at night. Won't he do it? Like yes he will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. What? You gon' look back and be so
amazed.
what? How it turned out is only
His grace.
won't he do it?
He said he would.
Here you go, singing all good and stuff, bro. Can you never just turn the hormone like, I ain't even gonna try to sing that note.
And so then he took it a step further by whenever I finally got my food and we like kind of said goodbye, like, you know, it was like a casual conversation. That was impacting already. But then once I sat down, I happened to bless my food. I happened to sit down and be like, Lord, thank you for this meal. I don't always do that, but I try to. You know,
tries.
we want to, but we don't always do it because, you know, we're not perfect.
I do.
But shut up.
I'm kidding, no, I don't. Sometimes I start eating my food because I be talking
just
about,
hungry.
Sorry, God, thank you for this food.
That I already ate.
Yeah, it's so good, Lord.
But yeah, I decided to bless my food, and I was a little nervous too, because like everyone else that was sitting in the food court had someone to sit with, and I was just sitting all in the back
by
all
her
myself,
lonesome.
all by my lonesome, and I was just sitting by myself. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna enjoy my Chinese food. I'm gonna thank God for my Chinese food. So I was doing that, and in the middle of praying, I hear like the chairs at my table like move, and so once I finished praying, I look up, and it's the Korean couple, and they're like, hi, we happen to see you praying for your food while we're in line, and we obviously that means like I'm a Christian,
Yeah,
or, you know, I have
obviously,
faith.
praying
And
to
so,
God.
Yeah, and so they were like, we saw you praying, and we wanted to come sit with you, and we wanted to tell you, by the way, we
Are of faith?
Yeah, we're Christians too, and
Oh.
not only that, my husband's a pastor at church.
Ooh, a whole pastor. I hope I marry a pastor.
And then they was on their way to a church conference in Texas. And we sat there for an hour, I think, or like an hour and a half, and just talked about God, talked about Korea. They like gave me advice. They gave me a whole bunch of good stuff. And then my dad called me, said we were about to board the plane. I got scared that he was gonna come.
He got mad.
I thought he was gonna come fuss at me because I didn't get back to the boarding place, and so I just hurried up and was like skirting out of there. I was like, thank you so much. I gave him a hug, but I didn't even ask for their contact information, what church they work for, or their name. I don't even know their name. And the saddest part is she asked me for my name, and she said she was gonna be praying for me.
Oh, but God
And
knows who you're talking about when you pray. Ooh,
Yeah,
sorry.
you're right.
He knows who you're talking about.
And then I cried the whole plane ride back because I was mad at my dad for interrupting such a precious moment. And then he felt bad, and then I got sad. But yeah, like we get like little affirmations here and there. And like when you said that you had seen me with kids somewhere, like when we were at church and you said, "Oh, I could just see," when we were at Freedom, and you said,
and I
see
see you working with kids running around in the long skirt. I really had a whole like vision of her doing
see,
that.
and it's like,
Running around the little playground
yeah,
in a long skirt. This is what she was wearing, a long skirt. Her hair was just like, your hair was just like this. And it was little kids.
doesn't change much.
No.
We're the same way every day.
And it was little kids just running around. I could work with kids, but not work with kids.
Them kids was
Like
fun.
after
they was
a while.
testing me. I wanted to grab them and whoop their butt.
Bro, you was like, you're gonna go time out. I know, I wanted it, Mom.
I brought
Timeout?
out the timeout card because we were working kids church this morning, and only one kid listened to anything we had to
Spencer.
say. Spencer, she's a
Little
girl.
precious girl.
Little
But
girl.
everybody else, I was about to go mama mode on them. If you know me, you know I cuts up on them kids. I'd be like, I be whooping them. Cause you finna learn how to act right. That's how I learned. I learned by getting.
snatched up. Don't leave me out like that.
Act up, you can get snatched up. But for real, yeah, I be whooping them kids because I had to learn about whooping, and that's why I think I'm good. And because I got who's that? And because I got the Holy Spirit, so now I know how to act right
The
more
Holy Spirit
better.
be whooping the kids, not me.
More better. I know how to act more better. I know how to act better.
Oh, now she realized her grammatical errors.
Miss
when she
Angel
on
around all the time,
Mm-hmm.
bruh.
But yeah,
That's really it for our TED Talk today. We're glad that y'all joined us.
even though y'all missed all the fun.
Y'all did miss all the
Like
fun.
y'all may not think we're fun because we being a little like deep right now. But, like,
Yeah, but really it was fun.
put some
earlier.
hidden cameras in our house. Do it like for real, and y'all see.
Y'all gonna see we cut
We cut up.
We cut up bad.
We was dead. Oh my gosh, that was funny.
That was really funny.
We literally get mad after.
Should
like,
we make us a YouTube channel? and do this?
Wait, I thought we were already gonna do
Like right now?
that. No, right now.
No, I think we shouldn't post this one on there, our first one.
Oh my.
Look, y'all really gonna be a part of our first one, even our decision if we want to make a YouTube
And right
channel.
now
for
we ain't
real.
gonna have no followers, but one day
We're gonna post this one without
One
no
day.
followers and no hey.
We just
one
putting
day.
ourselves out there.
We're just gonna take a leap of faith. If it's for God and in hey, there's a difference between doing things for God and in God's name. Are you doing it for God? Or are you just doing it for you, but just in God's name? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
That's deep.
That was.
All right. We love y'all. Deuces.